Previously on Dandies in Danger.
These hunters are awake.
Liam, everybody around you has gotten out of their hammocks, and they are dragging you and Zachary down to the Orlob.
If you want the X off of you, you'll have to go down into the hold.
Have we seen these rats before, lads? Sorry, Bardsley, what was that? I thought I heard who wants to sing a sea shanty, huh? Hello?
Oh my god.
They're all awake, and the rats are coming.
That's very bad!
Garrick still is pointing the sword at Zachary and he says, "You said you would help us preserve!" What did you do, Garrick? This huge body made of rats picks itself up. Everyone who was on the ship are gone, and you are left with this one creature staring down at you, and it is hungry. Hi, my name is Eli, he, him pronouns, and I play the voice of Zachary Wilkos.
Hey, my name is Cass, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm voicing Liam Bardsley.
Hi, I'm Chess, pronouns he, she, they, and I voice Daniel Pritchard.
Hi, I'm Toast. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Adrian Edwards.
The upper half of a humanoid-looking torso comprised mainly of the disgusting-looking rats you all have been encountering so far, rising up at about 20 feet, so it's pretty tall above your head, and has just swiped its huge, disgusting, rat-infested arm to completely blow away everybody that stands on that ship except Liam, Zachary, Adrian, and Daniel. You are the only ones left. I want you to roll for initiative.
Was everybody swept away kind of like whoosh, like they were ghosts?
Yes, like they were ghosts.
Right.
10.
15.
8.
I also got 8. I'll go first, and then it's Adrian, because we just competed that.
Okay.
Monster, Daniel, Liam, Adrian.
What about Zach?
Alright. You guys all look.
Oh, what about Zach?
You guys
We don't know.
all look to where Zachary is, and Zachary has apparently fallen unconscious. It seems that when he spoke with those many voices, that just kind of took him out, and he faded, and he's unconscious on the deck.
Oh dear.
Adrian's gonna jump off.
Jump off the boat?
Yeah. Not really, but God.
So, the monster's going first. It takes its hand, and it balls it into a fist, and again, everything is comprised of rats. And it slams its fist down, and its fist meshes into the boat, or it seems to, except all these rats run away and separate from the main body and start heading towards Daniel. Daniel, I'm gonna remind you, do you still have your gun on you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. So there are 3 rats coming at Daniel right now. Your gun is a bayonet, so you can also just stab them if you want. Do you want to try and stab them, or do you want to, because they're coming right at you. Do you want to take any action?
Yeah. I think he's gonna save his bullets, so he's not detaching the knife from his gun, he's just kind of swinging his gun, and he'll swing the knife at the 3 rats that are coming to him.
Okay, swing your knife gun. Because they're little bodies, we're just going to go for precision right now. So we're just going to do a d20 action roll, and then if you hit them, we'll go from there.
15.
Partial success, you lop a bit of its skin off. Let's go for rat 2.
7.
That's a fail, so it just sort of goes around your blade and starts nipping at you and takes off 2 health points.
2 health points from me. Well, 10.
That's another fail. So another one jumps around, and this one takes 1 HP off you.
Great.
Alright, it is Daniel's turn.
Okay, I'm probably gonna try to shoot the mass.
What an idea.
Got a gun. Wanna shoot the mass.
So what is the rules of your gun?
I roll with the gun.
Okay.
That's the rule.
Aim with the d20.
Aim with the d20, calculate
damage
with
with
d6. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna aim for, whatever part of this creature looks like the center, or, where most of it is, amassing. If they're all, crowding around the head or the heart or something.
They're all over the place.
Okay, so there's no real, center.
Not really, no.
Well, I'm gonna aim for the heart of this torso.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's fine. That's the widest shot. Hard to miss.
The center of mass.
So, can I roll with advantage then?
Yeah, you know what? I'll let you roll with advantage.
Cool. I love you.
Yee.
You'll get +2 advantage.
Oh, 7. Plus 2 advantage, so that's a 9.
So that was, if it's a 7, it's a fail.
But you said +2, then it's a 9, right?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's a 9. That's still a fail.
Oh, great.
It's not a complete fail. Why don't you go ahead and, instead of rolling with a D, what is it, 6?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you roll with a D4.
Okay. Spare D4s.
Spare D4s. Spare damage.
Oh, I got a 3.
You knock off one rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kill one rat.
Liam, it's your turn.
What is available to me? For example, are there any of those lovely heavy ropes laying around? And also, are there any lanterns still lying around, or did those vanish with all of the ghosts?
No, there are ropes lying around. So proud of you. And there are lanterns. And the lanterns are abandoned, some of them. They're not lit. A lot of the ones that are abandoned just kind of like went out. There's oil leaking out, so you have an advantage of you have a couple cracked lanterns and you have like a couple of lanterns that are okay, that are still kind of hanging up on the ship.
Okay. I'ma go grab a very heavy rope, whatever direction that's in. I want to grab that, and my object, I'll go ahead and I'll just say this out loud. My object is to drag it through some of the oil that's fallen from the cracked lanterns. But you let me know how much of that I can do in this one turn.
Yeah, so let me paint you a little visual picture here. Liam, upon seeing the futility that is Daniel shooting at this big mass with his gun and doing his best, like, this is a huge monster.
Yeah.
Daniel is going to need help. Liam immediately looks over and using his noggin sees the ropes, and they're big cord ship ropes. And he heaves them onto his shoulder as best as he can, and this is one person that's supposed to be doing like a 15-person job. Like, these ropes are heavy. So you're gonna start making your way over to this cracked puddle of oil. I'm just gonna say, like, you make it to the oil, but that's your turn.
Okay.
So now you have some cords that are partially soaked in oil. Adrian, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Adrian cannot fight big mouse monster. For a second, he's gonna eye the side of the boat, and then he's be like, "No, can't do that." But instead, he's gonna run over to Zachary and smack him in the face to try to wake him up.
Ooh.
I was rooting for you. No, it's
Do you have those smelling salts on you?
Yes, let's say yes. He's probably got some still in his pockets because he's a doctor.
okay. So you're gonna go over and you're gonna essentially heal Zachary with smelling salts.
Can he smack him? Because that's
You really want to smack him? All right,
It's Adrian's instinct every time.
smack him.
He smacks him.
Okay, that's 1 point from Zachary, so now he's at 14 HP.
Sorry. That's how he operates. And then he's like, "Oh right, shit, I have smelling salts." And he gets out his smelling salts, and he really gets it up in that nostril.
God, I love you. You are my problem child. Yes, okay, this wakes Zachary up. So now
Good morning.
Zachary is the last in line. Good, what? He says, looking at him. What happened? He says, holding his head.
I think we're all going to die. I thought you'd like to be present for it.
He, aghast, looks at you and then turns around to where he hears the noises and he goes, oh, now that's a rat problem.
Oh my god.
Ah ha 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 ha. Can you kill it?
I think so. He says, standing. Now it's Zachary's turn. He's a magic man. He's gonna perform some magic. His hand lights with fire.
Can he light the oil?
And he... Okay, that was him aiming at the monster itself, which was kind of a fail, so I'll do it with a d4, and... Oh, 1. He kind of, like, chucks this little nugget of fire, and it hits a rat, and the rat goes, ow! And it falls off of the main body.
Adrian's like, it's alright, you just woke up. Off your game. It's alright. You'll get better.
Thanks, he says. So, it is the monster's turn again. It does a vicious swipe.
No.
So what I want you all to do is roll a d20 and then add your defense to it. Because we don't really have... we don't universally have dexterity, so...
Alright.
Oh, cool.
17.
An unnatural 20.
I got a 21.
Nice.
Great.
I got a 10.
That's a fail. I'm sorry, buddy. You're gonna get hit.
It's alright.
So this huge arm comes up and it comes down as if to swipe everybody off the ship, and it's aiming to like ram into everybody.
Everybody ducks, except for Adrian.
Yeah, basically. Daniel ducks, Zachary goes heads up, and he goes down, and as Adrian is trying to process what that means, you get hit for 4 points. You get kind of like knocked in the noggin and fallen back. A couple of rat bodies like hit you, but they were a little plush with their fuzzy bodies as they smacked you in the face, their little tails like whipping you in the forehead.
Alright.
Liam, you duck under the cords, I think, and are not hit. So it tried to hit everybody, and it only got Adrian for 4 points, because y'all's HP is super low. It's Daniel's turn.
I mean, there's
Go
not
help
much else he
Liam.
can do. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, he sees Liam struggling with the rope and is probably going to run over to provide some manpower, since the gun is obviously not working.
Daniel, yes, grab the end there that's not soaked with oil. I'm going to throw it on and we can have Zachary light it.
Got it. Great. He picks it up with his puny arms, but he best.
Okay, I'm gonna say that's the action is you run over and you pick it up, and that's the end of your turn.
Okay.
Liam, what are you gonna do with this rope now that you have it slathered in oil and you have Daniel helping you?
Liam's gonna drag the rope forward so that the rope is now in between the Dandies and the rat, as kind of a wall of fire is what he's shooting for. And so, anytime the rat's gonna reach for them, ideally, hopefully, it's gonna be reaching through the fire.
So you want Zachary to light up the rope.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Liam's action, is that he goes and he lays it down. Perfect. That's the end of Liam's turn, is that he is laying this rope between themselves and the rat monster. Adrian, it's your turn.
I really don't know what to do, lads. Honestly. Gets a drink out.
No.
I'm gonna be honest, he chugs the rest of his drink.
That was alcohol we could have used as fuel for
He
fire.
drinks it. Glug, glug, glug.
Adrian, do you have alcohol?
We could have
Not
used that
anymore.
for fire, Adrian.
Adrian,
Sorry.
all your rolls are now gonna have a disadvantage of 4.
Fuck.
And you're the medic, so if anybody was supposed to get healed,
fuck.
like if any of the boys got banged up, that would have been really useful, but now you are drunk, so all your rolls will
a
have
shit.
disadvantage.
He's not good.
He doesn't, you don't always have to choose the bad routes for him, I'm just saying.
This is what he would do at this point.
That is what he would do at this point.
That is what he would do at this point. Alright, so Zachary, now that I assume Daniel and Liam are no longer holding onto this oil-soaked rope, is going to go ahead and let's say he runs... He doesn't want to run too close to the fire, but he doesn't want to miss either. Okay, my one action is that he's going to run to the fire and he's going to light the rope on fire, but he's now right next to the fire. So the monster rears one of its arms back up and plunges it back into the ship. The rats cascade out. So how have you designed this rope? Because the way I see it is that there are rats that can run around the fire and still get you guys, but you have like one line of defense and have bought you some time. Or is it that you have put this cord, like draped it in a circle around the monster? Like a half circle or a...
Probably the first thing that you described is going to be the most accurate, because I feel like Liam and Daniel would have had to get way too close to the rat monster in order to lay it in a semicircle around it. So I think your first description of we've got one line of defense in front of us and then the rats could probably go around the side.
No, yeah, we completely surrounded the monster, and the entire thing's on fire, and they can't touch us.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah, problem solved.
Problem solved. Alright, well, here we go. This creature is going to start sending rats towards you, Liam. You've got 2 rats coming towards you, and are you just going to let them bite you, or are you going to try and fend them off?
Well, he'll kick them if he can. He has no weapons, so he will kick them if he can.
Okay, we're just going to use another action roll. Go ahead with the d20 and tell me if you get a success, partial success, or fail. So this is rat number 1.
Is a 14 any good? Is that a partial success, if I recall
It's a half
correctly?
success. Yeah.
Okay.
You kick it, and it goes around your foot, and it bites you for 2.
Okay. That's a 13.
That's another partial success. This one just gets 1 HP.
Okay.
Daniel, your turn.
Are there more rats coming at us? Can I defend?
There were just like a swarm of rats coming at Liam, and then Liam fended it off, and now it's just your turn.
Offense.
Why don't you set your coat on fire, Daniel? Take it off first.
Yes, I know that. And he takes off his coat and drapes it like near the fire so that it catches, and then wants to throw it on top of some rats to smother them. Is that one?
Yeah, chuck it at the
I'll
monster.
say you get the action of like lighting your coat on fire. There aren't a whole bunch of rats near you because you've got this big moat of fire near you.
Throw it.
So you have done the action of lighting your coat on fire. And now what do you do? And I'm giving you one more.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's a half action.
Well, he's feeling like a cowboy. He's probably gonna like swing it around and then throw it
Okay, so
at the mass.
so you swing the coat.
Yeah.
That is not soaked in oil, and the fire goes out, and now there's a coat on the ship. And the coat was cold, and it thanks you, and now it's all toasty with its fire and its new coat on the deck. Let's go to Adrian.
No, it's Liam's turn, I think.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah, it's Liam, I'm sorry.
I tried. You should have thrown it, not whipped it around.
It was an awkward shape.
Liam?
Rip your shirt off. That wasn't in game.
Adrian just wants a striptease.
Maybe. He's drunk.
He's like, I'm drunk and I'm gonna die anyway.
Liam is actually gonna go over and grab Adrian
Oh no.
and is gonna start pulling him away from the front lines, so to speak.
Excuse you.
We need fire now. Go gather those lanterns. We need to set the rigging on fire and get the rigging down onto the rat monster. You're not going up in the rigging, not in your state, but you can
wouldn't have
get the
anyway.
fire for us.
Alright.
So Liam is going to reach for one of the lanterns, and hopefully Adrian is going to pass him another lantern
Okay.
on his turn.
Why don't we light a lantern and throw it at the monster? Oh.
Yes, that's an excellent idea, Adrian. Pass one of the lanterns over to Daniel and have him do that. So I guess Liam's turn is that he gathers up a lantern and gives directions to Adrian.
Liam is headed to the rigging?
Yes, to set it on fire.
Okay. And that was Liam's turn. He is over by the rigging now. He has given his orders. Adrian, it's your turn.
Can I grab a lantern?
You can run and reach one of the lanterns, and that would be your action. Unless you wanted to stand there and toss one to Daniel or something.
Do I have one I can toss to him?
Don't throw it!
You have reached the lanterns.
Oh, I see. So I could throw it from there if I wanted. But I'm not gonna do that, because I know it will only end badly. Daniel, come over here. Come get a lantern.
Okay.
We're gonna throw again. Try a different throw.
Alright.
Zachary is running over towards one of the lanterns as well, so he has joined Adrian towards like these disheveled on the ground lanterns.
Hello, chap.
And he picks one up, and then that's his action. Now we have the monster. The monster's going to go ahead and do another vicious swipe.
Does it get caught in the firewall?
So defense plus d20, please. Everybody roll a d20.
And me -4.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, nice.
Nat 20 as well.
Okay, Daniel and Liam absolutely duck out of the way. Liam, actually, you hop onto the rigging to get out of the way.
Nice.
19.
Okay, you successfully duck out of the way, Adrian. This time, Zachary is the
Alright.
one that's hit and falls to the ground.
Oh, no.
He takes 4 points of damage, and he is now lying prone, which means that upon his turn, it will take him half an action to stand up, and he cannot fully attack the way he wants to, which is a problem for me and not for you. Alright, so that was the monster's turn.
Did it take any damage from the fire whenever it swung its arm across their wall of flame?
You're absolutely right. Let me do that real quick.
Yay! Good job, Liam.
Okay.
Yay.
Fire. So it swings its arm across the fire, and this big, like, section of it falls off, and a bunch of rats, like, fall loose and start trying to scurry back around the fire, but it's hit a lot of them, and it gets hit for 9 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
What happens now? Daniel!
My turn.
It's your turn.
I had been instructed to throw a lantern
Okay.
from Adrian.
Yes.
So he's gonna run over to Adrian
Okay, so that's
to retrieve that lantern.
so half an action, so he runs over to the lantern, he reaches the lantern, and now he's going to throw it.
Yep.
Okay.
D20 for aim.
Yes, please.
Okay. Throw please. Nat 20!
You fucking take this
Hell
lantern.
yeah.
You gently swipe it from like Adrian and like a comrade sense, like a got it. And then you turn and you chuck this thing. And you chuck this lantern in such a way that it passes through the fire. And when it's done passing through the fire, it is now on fire. And it hits this monster. And it starts to spread on this beast. And now, because it's fire, and all these rats just start screaming and flailing, another 9 points of damage, plus 2 burning for every monster turn.
Well done.
Excellent job, and now we really know how weak this thing is to fire. Liam, you're on the rigging. What are you gonna do?
Liam's object is to climb out to the rigging that's closest to being over where the monster is, and to break it loose and drop it onto the monster as sort of a flaming net, is what his object is.
So how high up on this are you going to be when you finally want to burn it?
I had visualized it as sort of rigging that's branching off from the mast a ways, so he would be on one of like the cross beams that sticks out from the mast.
Oh, so he's on top of the mast.
So something like that. So he's not like all the way up at the top, but it's something where the mast has like some perpendicular branches coming off of it with some rope and stuff draped down off of them. He could break those loose enough and then drop that down.
Okay, we haven't begun our ascent on this yet, so it's pretty tall, so I'm going to ask you to roll your dexterity, because you are on a ship that's currently being attacked. So go ahead, roll d20 plus dexterity to see if we can get you up halfway.
Okay. It's only an 11.
So you start climbing up, unfortunately, because of how this creature is sort of handling this ship, and its weight is so much bigger, you are kind of like slipping this way and that because you're also sweating profusely from the fear, and you accidentally fall all the way back onto the ship.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You didn't get far. I'm just gonna say d4. You only took 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So you fell all the way back down, unfortunately.
Bummer, man. Okay.
Okay. Adrian?
I don't know what to do.
Well, you still got lanterns. There's still lanterns. There's still oil. Zach is nearby.
Zach, would you like to throw a lantern next? Because I don't think I can.
So is this you saying like you're passing?
Yeah, he's gonna give him a lantern to throw.
Zachary is lying prone, so it takes half of an action for him
Oh,
to...
right. Oh, wait, can Adrian help him up? I forgot he was on the ground.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry.
Looks at Zachary lying down and is like, here, can you do this?
You're okay, baby. Yeah, so your action is helping Zachary up. And that's your turn. Thank you. Zachary gets up, and he looks at you, and he goes, thanks. And then he turns and he lights the lantern on fire, and he flings it at the monster.
He missed.
Nope, he actually got it. It actually was within the realm of success.
Hey.
And because it's another fire, roll d20. 13. We got 13 whole chunks off this guy.
Nice.
Ow.
Now it's the monster's turn, and he is going to throw his arm back down, and he's going to aim for... He's going to aim at Daniel again, because Daniel pissed him off. Hold on, you've got 3 rats coming at you. What are you going to do?
Smack him with my bayonet.
Okay, great. First rat.
First rat. 11.
So that one hits you for 2 points.
Okay. Second rat.
Second rat.
10.
Yeah, that hits you for another 2.
Oh.
And then third rat.
Third rat. 9. This is going great.
Another 2.
Love it. I'm
Yeah.
at 16 health now.
If only you had a doctor.
If only we had a doctor who wasn't drunk.
Don't even have anything
I
on.
forgot to add that because of Daniel and Zachary's hit with the stuff, the monster also takes negative 2 points of burn damage. That was the monster's turn. Daniel, what you gonna do?
Does Liam need help with anything? What are you
Am I
doing?
prone since I fell off the mast?
Yeah, you prone.
Okay, well then Daniel's probably gonna go help Liam.
So you will run over and you will help Liam up, and that's your entire action.
Yes, so that Liam is
No need
not
to roll.
prone anymore.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
To get in character for a second, how many lanterns are there left?
Daniel scans the area and he sees that there are lanterns hanging up along the ship still. Let's say, quick glance, there are 4 that are still in their proper spots where they would need to be to light the ship during the night. And then the ones that came up with the panicked crew, 2 got chucked, so there are only like 2 more on deck.
So 6.
Okay.
So 6 total.
He looks around and he says, about 6. Hopefully that's enough.
Keep throwing, but just make sure you at least leave 1 on our side in case we need to use it to ignite other weapons.
Of course. Helps him up.
Okay, cool. I guess since it's Liam's turn, then Liam's gonna try to go up the rigging again. So I have to roll to see if
Yes,
I can
please.
stay up there? Okay.
Yes, please.
Go on, baby.
That is a 12 altogether.
That is unfortunately another fail, and
Shit.
you're climbing up and you're very determined, but you slip and you fall. You have a lantern on you, right? Like that was your plan.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You fall, and this time the lantern just cracks and breaks. Like it's not gonna. You're not gonna be able to turn it on.
Jesus Christ.
Adrian, some people have taken points off of their health.
Who's the lowest right now?
Well, not
Zachary
Liam.
has
Probably
10.
Go for Zach.
Probably
Zach
Zach.
is our glass cannon.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, Zachary, he puts a hand on Zachary's shoulder. Wobbly. Would you like some medical help?
Boy, would I.
He looks at you and he goes, "Are you really drunk already? Oh, you're a fast worker, you are."
Yeah, it's a large bottle. There's many things in it. Sorry about that. Thought we were gonna die. We might still die.
Okay, you're rolling with a lot of disadvantage. How much disadvantage did you have?
-4.
That was -4 from the big chug, right?
Yep.
Go ahead and heal if you can.
He rolls up his sleeves. I'll do my best, Zach.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Use my doctorly wiles upon you.
That's what?
We're going to die.
No, we're not. Stop saying that.
Sorry. Well, not good enough.
Okay. So he fit.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he failed. He goes blank. He can't think of anything at all for his doctorly knowledge. It's gone.
And this inspires Zachary to grab him and say, "Why? Why did you drink?
Because this is a horrible situation and that's
Why
what I
can't you
do."
be here when we need you?" And then he shoves off of him and then he gets up.
Ouch.
He starts running towards the monster, dragging up a lantern. He's very close to the wall of fire, and I'm gonna say it's on fire, and he throws another lantern. So that's, you had 6 in total, now you have 5 lanterns in total. He aims at the monster. Ooh, he still fails. So it's on fire and it's next to the body of rats, and he completely fails to hit it. The monster now sees Zachary, and it is going to plunge its fist into the ground, and another wave of rats. About 2 are coming at Zachary. First rat hits Zachary for 2 points. Second rat, Zachary tries to swipe and fight it off, but he wins, and he manages to kick the rat into the fire, and the rat little sizzles and burns away. Daniel, your turn.
Does anyone need help?
Liam is prone again.
Oh, I need to... Wait, you fell again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. If you're gonna throw a lantern, you should just throw a lantern. Liam can pick himself up.
Okay, I'm probably gonna... fuck it, I'll grab a lantern and throw it again.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Roll.
14?
14. That is a hit, and 7. Was it one of the cracked lanterns on the floor? Because that just has oil on it. And did you throw it?
Through,
2 questions.
through the firewall.
Okay, perfect.
It's Liam's turn, yeah?
Yeah. Liam, you're prone again.
Okay, well, I'll stand up.
Might need a different plan.
No, that's what he's gonna do, don't worry. So the ropes of the rigging, those are a little bit smaller than the really big heavy ropes, right?
Do you mean the ones to climb the mast?
Yes.
I mean, they're still pretty thick.
Is it something that he could wield himself?
If they were not all tied together, and if they were not all coated for weather protection, and they were not all tied down, yes. Yeah, I imagine you could. They're just like, they're hand-size grab, whereas the cables are like hefty.
Okay. Liam is looking to craft a backup for them in case they run through all of their lanterns. So what he does is he takes off his little sailor's neckerchief and he's gonna wrap it around his hand, and then he takes up one of the broken pieces of glass from the lantern that broke whenever he fell off the mast the second time, and he's gonna start hacking at the rope that's used for climbing up the mast, and he's going to try to break off a piece of it.
Yeah, that works. Your half action was that you got up, your second half action is that you wrapped a cloth around you and you picked up glass. I know your intention the next turn is to start cutting it, so we'll start cutting it then. Is that okay?
Sounds perfect. Thank you.
I love it. Alright, it is Adrian's turn.
It sure is hard when your character is useless. He's gonna turn to Liam and be like, Liam, what should I do?
Bring me one of the lanterns.
Alright, that I can do. He grabs a lantern and brings it to Liam.
Okay, and then it's Zachary's turn. Oh boy. With his own fire magic, he's going to light up a ball of fire in his hand, and he's again just going to chuck another flaming hot ball of fire, and we'll see if it lands. Nope, it doesn't even reach. It goes out before it even hits the monster. He's holding his side, and he just looks very tired. The monster, before I forget, the monster again takes 2 things of burn damage. Slams his hand into the ground, and again... Well, they're gonna go after Adrian. Let's have them go after Adrian.
Oh, alright, great.
Nice only fair.
Yeah.
How many rats have you got? You've got 2 rats coming after you. You're gonna roll a d20 to see if you can fend them off.
His strategy is he's gonna try to throw the bottle, and after that he's gonna try a kick.
Okay, so with the bottle throw, then let's do d20 plus wisdom to see if you hit it.
Alright, cool. And do I have my regular disadvantage?
Yeah.
Then I got 14.
Yeah, it hits one of the rats and it's like, eh, and it like goes away. Because it's like, no, good job, didn't hit. The next rat comes at you.
Alright, you're gonna try a kick. Well, that one's a 2.
It bites you for 3 damage.
Ow.
And now it's Daniel's turn.
What's Zach up to? Is he...
Zach is still trying to lob fire at this thing.
Okay, and Liam...
Liam is doing something with the rigging, and Adrian is next to him. I will tell you that you're far enough away where you don't quite know Liam's plan, but you see that Liam has wrapped his fist in cloth and is starting to do something with the rigging.
If Liam is with Adrian, Daniel wants them to get on with whatever plan they're doing, so he is going to keep distracting the monster. He's going to throw another lantern at it.
Cool.
8, so that's
8
a fail.
total? Okay. You lob the lantern, and it joins Zachary's lantern that uselessly fell to the side. It just kind of hits next to him. But a few rats do get startled.
From broken glass.
Yeah. Liam?
What Liam's gonna do is he's going to take this bit of glass that he has and he's going to try to climb up the rigging again so that he can detach some of the rigging that's attached to the mast itself so that then they could use that as a sort of net. So he's gonna try to climb again, and I assume that's a d20?
D20 plus dexterity, please.
Well, that's still only a 10, so he just falls right back off again.
It's just not happening.
Womp womp.
I'm gonna say you're prone again.
Daniel looks at him a third time. No, just kidding.
Adrian,
He would not be outside his rights to say such a thing.
Adrian, it's your turn.
He just watches Liam fall down.
It's a little bit comical, honestly.
Yeah. Liam, I don't know if your plan's going to work.
For sure, Adrian.
Why do you sound like that?
Because he's prone,
face is
he's
on the
face
deck.
planted.
Oh, sorry. Shall I help you up?
That'd be much appreciated,
Alright, Adrian helps him up.
That can be a half action.
What's something that he can do? He's gonna... No, that's stupid. He was gonna take off a shoe and light it on fire and throw it so they wouldn't have to use a lantern, but...
I would allow it.
Alright, then he's gonna do that. He's going to remove a shoe, to set it on fire, and throw it.
Is he gonna put oil on it from the broken lantern?
Yeah, he'll do that.
Fantastic.
He'll dip his little shoe, and I guess he'll try to, like... We've just been throwing it through the wall of fire, yes?
Yeah, and douse them in oil, throw them through the wall of fire, and then they'll catch on fire and hit the monster.
Alright, gonna give it a go. He's gonna try throwing that shoe.
With disadvantage, go ahead and roll your aim.
Oh, I got a natural 20, though.
Oh!
I love you. This shoe fucking, like, is like a chunga. It fucking goes through the fire and, like, spins and it's like... And it, like, hits the monster in the face. Like, it dead ass hits this monster in the face. So for a moment, I want everybody to get this image of Adrian looking down at Liam and going, I don't think this is gonna work. And then he looks up at this monster and goes, oh, I wish I was useful. Oh, damn it. And he bends down and he takes this shoe off of him and he looks like a crazy man as he dips it in the oil and he goes with the oil and then he throws it through the fire and the fire goes and it lights the shoe up and this shoe goes through the air and it hits this monster in the face for fucking how many points of damage? For fucking 16 points of damage.
Oh my
Fuck, man. Oh, yeah, baby. Adrian sees that and he's just like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Liam is exuberant. He's just like, well done, Adrian!
Thank you. Haha.
Zachary's ecstatic and he goes, yes, Adrian!
Wow. Oh, thank you. Haha.
Okay, so it's Zachary's turn. Zachary looks over at Daniel, whips off his shirt real quick and is balling it up, and he looks like he's using it as, like, spare gloves of some kind. And he looks over at Daniel and he says, take off your waistcoat, cover your hands, and grab one end of the rope. Let's really lean it in on this monster.
It does exactly that. Takes off his waistcoat, covers his hands, and picks up the rope with Zachary.
Okay, so they're gonna rush it at the monster. Because this cord is really, really heavy, I'm gonna have us do, in place of strength, let's have our attack.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll a d20 plus our attack, and then go from there.
Give me something good. 14 plus 3 is 17.
Okay, 10. Zachary can't quite pick it up and he trips over himself. He's still really weak and he falls down and he grits his teeth. This, unfortunately, because he's slipped, he takes more damage. God damn it, Zachary, too. And then you got a what in total?
17.
17. Oh, perfect. You get a success. So you manage to get your half of the rope towards the monster, and this lights the monster up even more for 20 points of damage. So Daniel, wow. So Daniel throws the end of this rope on, and the monster just, like, there's two, like, it's inflamed. It's had a fucking shoe thrown at it. Its head is on fire. The lanterns that missed around the monster, the oil, like, had seeped out and had covered some of the main body, and then it just lit the rest of it on fire, and the rats and whatever power that was previously keeping this thing from being on fire, now no more. That barrier is down, and all of these rats go up in this brilliant, almost blinding orange blaze as the smell of rot and decay just hovers in the air like a miasma, and these things scream this most primal, horrifying scream, but they all die down eventually as every rat turns into a crisp. And finally, as they all fall away, dead bodies floating in the water, things falling dead onto the deck. You even have to cover your heads because these things are just cascading downwards in this rain of death. And finally it goes quiet. And there is this curled body that is just semi-mummified and laying there halfway out of an open barrel, and it wheezes. It's alive, and it wheezes, and it outstretches a hand, and suddenly everybody's vision goes white, and what they see in front of them is a pair of hands that are bloodied, as if those hands are their own. But they know their hands. This isn't Liam's hands, or Adrian's, or Daniel's, or Zachary's. They know that this is Garrig's hands, covered in blood. And Garrig looks up to a ship of so many dead, and it goes white again. And the ship is normal. And people are going about working on the ship, and there's more people you don't recognize, working on the ship. And Matthew Pettiford passes Garrig and taps his hat. And you somehow know that this is Matthew Pettiford. And you hear the captain behind you say, "Winds are fair. Seems we might make it there in 3 days." And he gives his speech. And then you feel time passing. You see the sun go up, the moon rise, and the cycle go for the 3 days, and then a heavy fog sets in. But you found the ship. And the gangway lowers onto the other ship, and you go onto this quiet ship. And there are carcasses of men everywhere. Their skin black and blue from rotting, decaying in the sun. And you cover your face with your handkerchief, and you hear Harry go, "It's down here!" And you follow the voice all the way down into the hold. "The fog is coming from down here," says Harry. "What do you think it is?" And he gets out of the way, and there's a barrel there. "Have you opened it?" says Garrig. "Oh, well, I was waiting for you to do the honors," says Harry, stepping back. Garrig steps forward, and he takes a crowbar from Harry, and he pries it open. And you look in, and it's that half carcass, slightly mummified, disgusting, not human. And Garrig gets a thrill, and he goes, "What do you suppose that is?" "I don't know," says Harry, "other than cursed." "If it's a new threat, the church will want to know of it." "Yes, but," says Harry, Do you think it wise? Oh, I think it wise, says Garrick. We have to know about every threat against us. And then you get visions of the crewmen hauling the barrel up and over onto your ship. Well, what do we do with this one? Says Harry. Well, it's not really seaworthy anymore, is it? Proper burial, right? Proper burial? How do you mean? Burial at sea? Set it on fire, says Garrick, walking away. Is that wise? Says Harry. What do you mean, is it wise? Fire's cleansing, is it not? As your ship floats away, there is a big pyre of fire, and you know that the barrel is down in your hold and you can't wait to get home. But you never get home. Because suddenly there's chaos, and there's screaming, and there's demons, and there's rats. And you think, God, if only I'd never put it on the ship. If only I'd never put it on the ship. If I could just had those days over again, I wouldn't have brought it on the ship. And then you come out of this vision, Garrick's regret, and everybody in front of you, Liam, Adrian, Daniel, and Zachary are standing there. All the crewmates of the ship, the hunters, the captain, Alan, Fitzgerald. Garrick shakes his head, and he holds it, and he says, if only I'd never brought it on the ship. And they all disappear. And so do you. Except you reappear back on the ship, which kind of sucks, but in the hold. But the hold is clean, and it's empty, and you hear screaming outside, but outside on a deck. And you're home. And the barrel that had been fogging over before now lies toppled over, half of a mummified body of something. You're back in the time that you know, in the clothes that you had been in when you attended the party. The red rope is disheveled, and now you've got this demon in front of you.
Adrian pukes.
Oh, Adrian pukes? Fantastic. Also,
Yeah.
Adrian, you're not drunk anymore.
Oh, nice. He still vomits, though.
Okay, that's fine. I do like that.
Daniel looks to Zach.
Liam embraces everybody.
Oh, mess.
We can't celebrate yet. There are hunters outside, says Zachary. I guess we'll just get off the ship as normal passengers, right?
What about the corpse?
Zachary raises his hand, and it ignites, and then he tosses it down, and it starts to burn. And you hear this little scream as white, foggy mist comes up, forms a face, and then dissipates. Problem solved.
Alright, I accept that. I'm not going to question it.
And you all head up, and the hunters that see you kind of like grab all four of you to like get you off the ship and tell you to go home immediately. And now you're all on the London street. Zachary looks to all three of you and goes, some party, huh?